Hello, my name is Lord Surtur and I'm here with a slasher. So, can a slasher run abyssals? The answer is very simple, of course. So what can it do? Well, how about everything? The slasher can run every single weather type at, and only at tier 0, Tranquil abyssals. So that is why we've got the dark, electrical, exotic, firestorm, and gammas here to run. I'm gonna run two of them a bit later in the video. So this is the fit. This is an entry level fit. This is meant for a alpha character. So you can see on the modules there's not a single Tech 2 here, there's a Tech 1 gyro. You can meta this, you can, essentially, if you change the gyro to Tech 2, your DPS, which is 105, will go up to 133. Even if you don't change anything else about the fit. This is an entry level fit, it can be upgraded at will, which is what I'll look at in a bit. So the way this works is, it's an autocannon fit, it's a Minmatar starter ship, a Minmatar starter fit. So this is a great way to get into the abyss as a Minmatar pilot. You can run every single filament. If you go higher, they will not stay the same. Not every ship can run all filaments. There are not many that can. But this fit is made up of 3 200mm light scout autocannons, which means it's very short range with excellent tracking. You've got the projectile burst aerator for a bit more DPS, and of course a thermal and EM shield reinforcer for a little bit of extra resistances. This fit also uses a afterburner, and I went with the monopropellant one, which is the one that uses less capacitor. The webifier is an X5, 10 kilometers of web range, 55% target velocity reduction. Also, we've got here the small clarity ward enduring shield booster. You can upgrade this to a Tech 2 as well, if you look at how your skills and capacitor holds up. As you can see in the later fit, this is going to be upgraded to a Tech 2 as well, as do the gyros. This is just to get started. This one is get started, and I would suggest to aim for at least 90 DPS at minimum right here. If you don't have 90 DPS, I would not go into the abyss expecting you will come out alive every time. And even then, the main reason is some of the stuff in the abyss takes a little bit of DPS to break. There might be some remote repairs. At tier 0 you won't encounter that as much, but they still have some tank. So the defense is really low, but then again at tier 0 you don't need that much. This is to get into it. So this ship is also quite fast at 1222 meters a second. So you will be on top of your targets fast, and they will also be moving towards you. So let's go over the upgraded fit. That would be this one. So with the upgraded fit, I'll put the charges in here. Let's go with the Tech 2 ammunition. So as you can see here, I'm still on the same character. This is 180 DPS. If you fully upgrade it to like a maximum alpha skill set with Tech 2 weapons and all the upgrades everywhere, then you get like the autocannon Tech 2s, Tech 2 shield booster. I still opted for the same afterburner. We've got the Tech 2 cap battery, same webifier, 2 gyros. Rigs are the same, ammunition is the same except for the addition of the Tech 2 ammunition. Now in some cases it might still be good to use the faction ammunition. Also, that's another fact, you could also add faction ammunition instead of the basic ones like I did here. It will up your DPS quite a bit. So yeah, that is it for the fit. In terms of the filaments, well, in dark you get a speed boost and your turret optimal and fall off is reduced, which means that with autocannons you're going to be very close range, but it also applies to your enemies. Electrical boosts your capacitor recharge rate by 50% and debuffs your EM resistance, which is already low. So in this filament, beware of Sasha and most things that do a lot of EM damage. The exotic one increases... I need to look. What that does is it messes with your sensor skills, a bonus to scan resolution, and penalties to kinetic resistance. Now that shouldn't be that much of a problem. Same with the Firestorm, you've got 44, which is for this kind of stuff quite good. But you get 50% of extra armor in the Firestorm, whereas the Gamma, the last one, you get 50% extra shield. Like, all of these effects apply to you and the enemy. Now, Gamma's debuff explosive resistance, and Firestorm goes for the thermal. So we've got 4 filaments debuffing each resistance, and then there's Dark, which is just like a general speedy filament. So let's see how this works in practice. Okay, so we're gonna run a dark matter-filled filament first, like a Tranquil dark filament. So for a frigate, if you start out, you're gonna notice it says 3 frigates and you activate for a fleet. So I need to make a fleet with myself in this case, because I'm gonna go in alone. And once that's done, you need to force a session change, or wait for a couple of seconds before this lights up. Then you can activate this for the fleet. Now, normally, if you use 3 frigates, each player or account can click on this and then just activate it like that. And it pulls up another pop-up so that everybody can get ready and you can go in at the same time, or like staggered if you have a tank. So I'm gonna activate here and it's gonna suck me right in. Now this is a dark, so lots of speed here. We are fully cap stable, so I can just use everything here. I'm going to switch to fusion, because this Damavik has a weakness for explosive. If you're not sure and you have the time, you can always look here. 33, 36, 50. There we go. Let's start hitting it. The version I'm flying now is the starter version. This is the Tech 1 gyros, the lowest version, essentially, when you get into it. And in the dark, I definitely do approach and not orbit, because I don't want to have even more transversal than I already have here. If you both orbit, you're going to be spiraling and your angular velocity goes up even more. So you're going to start missing a bit. Because here we have the 50% velocity bonus and 30%, it's a 30% room for turret and turret fall off and optimal range. What it does not debuff is tracking. So you're still good with autocannons. Alright. I do like the design of the Slasher. I mean, it is a beautiful ship, no? Yeah. Look at it. Beautiful. As for the loot in Tranquil for frigates, I would think it's about 2 million, 2.2 million, which isn't bad. I mean, Considering the ship, I mean, it's worth 3.2 million. 2 runs and I'm in the profit. So with this fit, even if you lose your ship, it's not the end of the world. And 2 runs should be easy to do. And even then, you can always upgrade it. Okay, so blast needles do explosive. Like these drones, they always have like a coding to their name. In the Abyss, everything has names and it gives away almost everything they do. So here, blast means explosive, strike means kinetic, ember means thermal, and spark means it does EM damage. Which is why, unlike I was doing here, I always in the Abyss sort by type, because it gives me a list of stuff sorted by the type, which gives me a very easy glance of what's in the room upon entry, because you need to react fast. And the faster you've got intel on your enemy, the better you can call the right target. And if you're missing in like dark, when everything is going really fast and orbiting, it is okay to turn off your afterburner here and there. And if that still doesn't work, you can still just go in a straight line and count on the NPCs orbiting you. They will follow, they will catch up. They're more than fast enough, especially these little ones. And this way is something I should do more. I can also kind of coast towards my loot while dragging everything with me while I'm killing it. Saves time. 430,000. And we can go straight into the next room. And we get the exact same room again. So here I'm gonna change strategy. I'm just gonna head for the loot, which is the main loot is the bioadaptive or biocombinative cache here. And I'm gonna let these guys do the orbiting. See if that works. They are way faster than I am. So perfect. Let's be greedy. Don't be too greedy though. Going for the loot in the beginning might not be the best choice. 935 million. Sorry, 1,000. That would have been something. Just to clarify, average loot is about 2 million, 2.2 million for the whole Tranquil Abyss. Alright, that is the first one done. That is a dark one done. Okay, 1.85 million for this one. The Abyss, the loot is random, so there will be good runs and bad runs, and then there sometimes will be legendary runs where you magically loot an item that's worth 100 million or more. It is possible. The higher in tier you go, the higher those chances become. Okay, so that was our first one. I'm gonna do a firestorm because I'm trying to find some filaments that would be the hardest for this one. I've done extensive testing. I've done like dozens of runs for each filament type. So for the purpose of the video, I'm just trying to find two that are maybe a little harder. Like dark is considered a little harder for most turret ships, but the slasher doesn't really seem to be affected. So let's go into the firestorm. So here it debuffs thermal resistances and gives me and the enemy 50% extra armor. Now for me, I don't do armor, so that part is kind of useless or wasted on me. Yet the NPCs still profit. And in here my resistance is 28% on the thermal, and this is a minus 50%, no, minus 30% room. Now, you have autocannons, you have short range, so you always want to web your target. Another thing you can use in the Abyss is these short range or medium range multi-body tracking pylons. It is same as everything else in the Abyss, it affects everybody, you and the enemy. So this increases tracking for you and the enemy. So if you cannot track something, you can drag it into the field of this pylon. And also don't do what I did here. It's like a nice example. Don't get distracted, and also keep your transversal up. I was just approaching it and I was sitting right behind him, and we were entering the tracking pylon. So his tracking increased and he just delivered a bit of a wrecking shot. If you have Charybdis Tyrannus in the room, or Charon as they call it, do not ever fly straight at her, at the battleship. She will punish you. 945,000. You want to keep your transversal up or spiral in. Never go straight for her or away from her also. Room 2. I'm kind of hoping I get one. Really, in Firestorm, she's very tough because she gets even more armor. Also, the battleships, the overminds are kind of a pain. Massive hit point pull becomes even more massive. It's another reason to have at least 90 DPS. Or you're gonna be in here for a long time. Whoa. So this is a minus 30% room also, yeah. This can also be helped by equipping the Tech 2 small shield booster as an upgrade. It does boost more. It's also a little heavier on the capacitor, but then again you can also upgrade your cap battery there. And also another thing, there is something called DPS tanking. If you have enough DPS, you kill stuff before it kills you. So upgrading the gyros could also be a big improvement, so that you never get to the point where you're low shields. Now it is the Abyss, so at some points, at some moments it will get a little exciting, and that is perfectly normal. This is not an easy environment. This is don't let this become too routine. Always be on your toes. Routine is a killer. Another something that I didn't mention before. Overheating saves lives. Use it. And as an alpha, you want to do abyss. Very simple. Train it. You're going to need it. It will save your life. And an alpha character can train it to level 4, and if it's at level 4, you can overheat, demonstrate for a long time. So I'm currently overheating, and I'm not getting any overheating damage on my shield booster, but my other modules are taking some. Ah, here we are. 2% on the shield booster. See how much I can take? How many cycles? Of course, you do not want to let this get to 100%, because then your module breaks and you can no longer use it. So if you overheat, pay close attention to the damage here. And that is also why sometimes when you're overheating a lot, it can pay off to show your passive modules. Because as you can see, any module fitted in the vicinity of the shield booster is also taking damage. I'll stop overheating, you didn't need it here. So 10% damage on my cap battery. If I were to overheat for a long time, it's also possible that I burn out my cap battery here. So that one becomes inactive. And you lose the benefits of having one fitted. It takes a little getting used to, but if you do PvP, you also know what I mean. Overheating is also used in PvP quite often. Overheating a module means that you empower the module, you charge it, you make it go beyond the safety limits, and it just performs better. But it comes at the cost of heat damage. Now, I am carrying nanite repair paste, so what you can do, but you need to deactivate your modules. I will do that on the outside though. Another thing is, if you're in the abyss, don't waste time. You might get distracted, something might go wrong, somebody calls at the door. If that happens, be outside. Because this timer doesn't care whether it's finished or not. It will continue to run, and it will also run out and pop your ship at the end. So get out. Do it here. So nanite repair paste does this. I don't have enough for nanite. I was surprised I had nanite because I didn't put it in the ship, but that explains why it's not working. So nanite repair paste. This right here. I would suggest carrying a little bit, 25 or 50 depending, is probably enough. So that you can repair your modules. You can also do it inside the abyss, inside the rooms. Between every room, like in the first room, if you need to overheat, you've got a lot of heat damage on your modules. It pays to just deactivate your modules once the room is done. Repair it with a nanite. Go into the next room with a brand new ship, essentially, and you can overheat all over again in case it's needed. So for me, that is a slasher. It is a really good all-round ship for tier 0 abyssals. The fit that I used right now is the starter fit. You can also load faction ammunition, your DPS will go up even more. Easy to be upgraded. I will wow, link the fits in the description below. I will make sure I link both of them. Both this one, which costs me about 2.7 million ISK. So you cannot go much cheaper. And the upgraded version is about 7.1, but it performs much better. It's much safer to run. It is entirely up to you and what your alpha skills are. If you are an Omega, don't sweat. You got this. Alright, that being said, that's it for me for today. I will do more of these quick videos, and yeah. I also stream on Twitch under Lord Surter. Come and visit me, mostly streaming in the weekends. You can also join the Discord. All the links are down below, the fits are down below, and if you have any questions, just ask me in the comments. If you have any remarks, ask me in the comments. That'll be it for today. Thanks for watching, and Lord Surter out.